Broadcasting from the creation of time to the end of the world. Buckle up, baby. This ain't your grandma's Christian show. It's time to get down and dirty on Change for That.
This is the After Show.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode edition of the After Show number 4 for our insiders. Guys, we're glad you hung out with us long enough to come back and join us on the After Show where we just let it all hang out, baby.
How about that?
Do your Barry White for us on the After Show.
I've been with this show since the beginning.
You have.
That's right.
You have. Since the inception of the After Show, you've been here.
I think I was the inspiration.
You were. By the way, joining me as always, the two who love to give me a hard time, Cedric and Kurt.
Welcome to the After Show.
Guys, today on the program, we're going to be talking about something that happened in Vidalia.
Uh-oh.
It happened in Lyons, actually. Didn't happen in Vidalia. But it's coming to a town near you.
If we're not careful, if we don't stand up.
That's right. Okay, so I'm going to play the other side of this coin.
I know you would.
Oh, wow.
I knew you would.
Why'd you say it? Why do you know I would?
Because you always do that with issues like
Well,
this.
he wants to be the devil's advocate.
No, he does that with issues of freedom of speech and stuff like that. And he did it with the After School Satanic Club as well.
I did do it with the After School Satanic Club.
Where did they start that?
I don't know.
I don't remember
Florida?
where it was.
No, it wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't Georgia though.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
But they weren't even after school. They weren't even satanic. They were atheist, which is totally stupid. They should. But they were doing it to get in the face of Christians, basically.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Take
whatever.
that.
Ooh. I was going to enroll my kid in there until I found out what you were doing. So stupid. So here you go. Facebook posted, the Lyons Police Department in Lyons, Georgia, posted a Facebook letter, a page on their post on their page. It was the letter from the Freedom from Religion Foundation urging Chief Wesley Walker to remove the words "In God We Trust" from the police department vehicles, signed by Annie Laurie Gaylor, who is president with the Madison, Wisconsin address. Okay, so she was from Madison, Wisconsin, Freedom from Religion, and stated that her foundation had received information from somebody that in the community that Lyons Police Department had "In God We Trust," something you're seeing on a lot of police cars these days. And they were getting upset. Now, Kathy Hilt, who's a good friend of mine, wrote in the Advance. She's the editor of the Vidalia newspaper, the Advance, and she wrote in there an editorial taking the position that "In God We Trust" should be there, and that this lady from Wisconsin needs to basically
Mind her business.
She said, "In all honesty, I did a little research on this group before I went totally bonkers. What I found out is they are a group of atheists, agnostics, and or liberals, and our government apparently has granted them a non-profit status. Not so funny, the first thing I saw on their Facebook page was a big old blue box for people to donate money." Okay?
Wow.
So, basically, and if you go through and read this whole account, or this whole thing, she basically is taking the stance that mind your own business, freedom from religion. The Constitution doesn't guarantee you freedom from religion. It guarantees you freedom of religion. You get to choose what religion you're going to be.
That's true.
It doesn't guarantee that you're going to be free from it. All right? Now, the evangelical side is going to take the side of Kathy. They're going to take this side, which is, we believe in God, so it ought to be on our police cars. The other side of this is going to take the side of the police cars belong to the government, and the government is separated by church and state, so you should not endorse as a government entity any one religious group. Let's go to the after show.
I mean, it sounds like to me you stated your claim already.
I know, I'm going to y'all.
Oh, okay. Kurt?
Cedric?
Well, you know.
You guys just meeting for the first time?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
But, you know, I cannot be unbiased on this. I mean, it's hard for me to, well, you know what? Yes, I can. Because I do serve a God that has given us free will. He has truly given us free will. He does not force us to serve him. We are presented with the information, and we can choose for ourselves whether or not we want to serve him. Okay. So with that being said, I do feel that as a believer that we should not impose, force our beliefs on others, although we should share the gospel with others and let them decide for themselves. Now, when it comes to the police cars and everything, I feel the same way. Don't come here imposing your beliefs or non-belief or that lack thereof of belief on our community. You know?
So you're saying that they shouldn't have "In God We Trust" on it?
No, I'm saying that the whoever this group is, Freedom from Religion or whatever, need to mind their business. You know, if this is something that the community has supported, why now?
All right, here you go. Devil's advocate, ready? If the ACLU had minded their own business and the NAACP had minded their own business and Martin Luther King had minded his own business.
And they were.
And went along with what society at that time was saying.
No.
The community. There were communities that said, mind your own business, black people, we're white. You go through the back door, you go to your segregated schools, you drink from your segregated water fountains, you don't come in our businesses. If they hadn't stood up for what they believed in, where would the black population be today?
Well, since you put it like that, it's still the truth. You know, I
can just see the pride radiating out of chest.
You know,
right
I beat
still,
I win.
Still, you know, come on now. I mean,
you can't win an argument by saying still, come on now.
That was an injustice. Nobody is being, well, maybe.
Well, what about the people who don't believe?
The people that don't believe?
I mean, these people Bible says these people are blinded by the enemy of this world. The enemy of God has blinded these people, and until Christ gets in their life and drops the scales from their eyes, they're not going to see things this way.
Yeah.
So, and when you look at it like that, are we imposing our beliefs by allowing government entities to have "In God We Trust" on them? Are we violating their freedom by putting that in their face? In other words, let me flip it around and ask you this. If it said, "In Allah we trust," would you be offended?
Yeah, I would. I would because, So I understand that viewpoint. I do understand it. And I know there's a separation between church and state. And I guess it should be, because I definitely don't want the church and the state or the feds coming in to my church and telling us what we can and can't do.
Wait on it. It's happening.
You know?
It's going to happen.
But
unless God stops them, it's going to happen. If the church doesn't turn back to God, then God's going to let them come in.
But here's the thing. I think that the same way that they're standing up, I mean, we're actually sitting down and allowing this to happen. I mean, this same group, to my understanding, is the ones that took prayer out to school.
Right.
Open prayer.
Right.
And the same group has
I don't believe in prayer in schools.
You don't?
Mm-mm. You want to know why?
Why?
Because...
Change for that. We'll be right back.
You probably don't want to hear the doctor suggest that you or a loved one should consider hospice. Just the mere idea of it can bring overwhelming emotions. But if you find yourself facing this situation, there really is no better option than Community Hospice of Vidalia. Community Hospice provides a unique medical, emotional, and spiritual support system for patients and families facing terminal or life-threatening illness. Let's face it, caring for someone at the end of life can be physically and emotionally exhausting for caregivers. Hospice helps lift that burden and helps maintain and often improve quality of life issues that may develop. Our multidisciplinary healthcare team works with the patient and family to provide any support needed, inpatient or at home, medical, social, emotional, and spiritual. Call 912-537-0063, Community Hospice of Vidalia. Reaching out to families since 1999.
This is Andre Christmas at the new Vidalia Ford, and we want your business. We offer no gimmicks or hard sells, just competitive prices on great Ford vehicles and top-notch service. We are proud to be a part of this great community, and no matter who you are, we'd be honored for you to come out and give us a try and meet our all-new management team. We have expanded our hours to help serve you better, including our service department, which is open Saturdays from 8 until 1, and our sales department is open Saturdays from 9 until 6. So come give us a try. I think you'll be glad you did.
A lifetime of love. In such a time of personal loss, it's hard to remember the joy our loved one has brought us.
We thought back to our happiest memories of Mom Pretty soon there was laughter with the tears.
Let us help your family remember a lifetime of joy.
The lifetime of love.
Memories of a Lifetime of Love. Ronald V. Hall Funeral Home.
Every day, someone loses their flavor.
Hi, I'm Neil, and I collect paper clips.
That zest for life that would have prevented them from making a seriously boring decision.
Hi, I'm Teresa, and I'm sorry, did he say paper clips? That's amazing.
No, it's not. But what's truly amazing is the craveability that Zaxby's brings to every table, large or small.
That and paper clips.
Yeah.
No, just the flavor. Zaxby's. Friends, family, flavor. Indescribably good.
Did you know that you have an alternative to the emergency room when minor medical issues arise? The Acute Care Clinic in Vidalia offers primary and urgent care services with easy access to quality health care 365 days a year. The Acute Care Clinic accepts Medicare and most commercial insurance plans. They provide in-house x-rays, sonograms, and lab services. Our other services include DOT and sports physicals. Stop by or call 537-9488. The Acute Care Clinic, 1608 Meadows Lane in Vidalia. Your health, your time, our priority.
Back to the show. Change for that.
I don't believe in prayer in schools.
You don't?
Mm-mm. You want to know why?
Why?
Because if the tables are turned and a teacher who is a Muslim comes in and wants to teach public kids to pray to Allah.
I didn't say teach prayer.
Okay, if a teacher wants to come in.
I should be able to pray.
You as a teacher?
As a student or teacher?
No, students still can.
That's the thing. Students still can pray. They just can't be led by a coach or a teacher.
Like meet you at the pole, things that they do, that's student-led. FCA, student-led. Y Club, student-led. They got teachers in charge.
So they can have student-led prayer.
Right.
So a student can say, hey, I want to pray.
Right. They can't be stopped from praying. Long as it doesn't break the instructional time or interfere with the educational environment. So, for example, at lunch, they could have a prayer group meet over there in the corner.
We need to share this information because I promise you, I did not know that.
Well, we just shared it with you.
Well, we need to continue to. We need to share this for real because I feel like that a student-led prayer. So I guess that's what they did at Tubes County Middle School. The student-led prayer. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's optional. It's optional.
But I still say that we should, as believers, should not stand idly by and allow this to happen. My hat's off to Kathy Hilton for taking
first of all, her name's Kathy Hilt.
Well, Kathy Hilt. I'm sorry, I do apologize, but my hat goes off to her.
Well, as a believer, and she writes in an editorial, that's her opinion, so she's allowed to do that. I mean, I write on my blog stuff all the time that people may not agree with, but it's my editorial, it's my opinion, so I write on it. Here's the thing, though. I am all for, as a believer in Christ, I'm all for In God We Trust being on the police cars. I like that our police officers trust God. I believe they'll do the job better, that they'll do it with wisdom, if they're trusting in God, yes. And I also believe God will protect them if they're trusting in God. Now, the thing about this is, if somebody else comes up and complains about it and they're not a believer, I get it, because the freedoms that allow them to...
And I guess you can say...
That's the same freedom I have.
I guess you can also say, the Bible does tell us, don't do things that offend others,
Well, I mean, it does in a sense. We don't want to be a stumbling block to others. We don't want to, we don't want to push legalism on others. But I will say this. I think I got, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think I have the perfect answer for this.
Of course you do.
I really do. Tell me if you don't like this.
Tell us.
Have a community-wide vote. Go to the polls.
Well, we know that voting doesn't work. Look, Trump won.
No, it works great. Look, Trump won.
Exactly.
No, go to the polls. Here's the reason behind that.
Yeah, we should
put it out there and say all citizens of Lyons, not citizens of Toombs County, citizens of Lyons.
I mean,
you vote on it because here's the reason. Even if it's voted down, even if it's voted for, if you don't like it, then you have a choice to move to another move to another city or move somewhere else.
Well, here's the thing. If we start voting on everything, when a group of people assemble themselves together with one mind...
No, let me stop. The only reason we're voting on that is because it deals with the government. It deals with the religion on the government cars.
Well, they're going to start voting on, should we have black people here anymore?
But that's not a government thing. That's not a government thing. That's not a religion or a government thing. You can't vote on civil rights. You can't vote on whether or not blacks can eat in the same restaurants as whites. That would violate civil rights. But they're arguing that you're violating their civil rights by pushing this on a police car that is a government entity to serve and protect all people.
Okay. So we're going to stand by and we're going to allow people to take in God we trust out of everything until there's no existence of God or any.
I don't know. I think you vote on it. In the majority, if I live in a town that doesn't trust God, I can move. I can up if it's that important to me, I can take my family to Lyons where Lyons voted yes.
I think Chester's point is that he is all for everything to do with Christ, but those same freedoms that allow us to express our opinion for Jesus are the same ones that allow them to express their displeasure at what's going on. And if you force everything to be you put, if it's one way or the other, then we take away that same freedom we have to express our opinion. Yeah. Am I correct?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I don't believe it. I believe,
it sounds better coming from you, Kurt.
It does. Well, that's why Kurt's here. He's my mouthpiece. I believe that kind of like Moses and Aaron.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I believe that
you need to start stuttering.
Yeah, really. Stuttering Stanley. I believe that
Stanley, we're sorry.
Do you know what that comes from?
No.
The Sixth Sense. Have y'all ever seen that? You've never seen The Sixth Sense?
I have with the little boy.
Is that where the crop circles are in the
Bruce Willis and the little boy?
I'll bet Kurt.
Is that the one that he says I see dead people?
Yeah. Are you too young for that?
No, I remember it. I never watched it though because I was always scared. I think I was a little too young.
You were scared you were going to see dead people?
No, I was scared I was scared to watch the movie because I was so young.
Last week I was watching something with Haley Joel Osment in it.
No idea who that is.
That's the kid that said I see dead people.
Oh.
Did you? All right. Be honest. Were you young enough to watch Hannah Montana?
Wait, that kid was a boy, right?
Yeah.
His name is Haley?
Yeah.
Okay.
Haley Joel Osment. Were you old enough to ever watch? Were you too old when Hannah Montana came out?
Yeah, I never watched it.
Okay, because my kids watched it, so I wasn't sure if you were too old, or my son watched it, so I wasn't sure if you were too old or not. His sister was in that. I was going to connect the two, but anyhow, Haley Joel Osment, he still has this that. If you look at him as a kid, he still has this baby face, but he's gotten all fat and junk. And so.
Your tire's all flat and junk.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of, too. And Cedric's pointing at me saying, I've got a baby face, but I'm fat and junk. Cedric, we know that. Everybody who's followed me on Facebook knows that.
Oh,
but anyway, what was the point of this?
There was absolutely no point.
There was no point to I see dead people?
No, we were talking about, in God we trust and the freedom of religion.
You somehow tied that into the Sixth Sense.
Yeah, but I don't remember what the point was about that.
There was no point.
Well, there was a point.
Okay. If you say so.
I do.
Change for that. We'll be right back.
This is Andre Christmas at the new Vidalia Ford, and we want your business. We offer no gimmicks or hard sells, just competitive prices on great Ford vehicles and top-notch service. We are proud to be a part of this great community, and no matter who you are, we'd be honored for you to come out and give us a try and meet our all-new management team. We have expanded our hours to help serve you better, including our service department, which is open Saturdays from 8 until 1, and our sales department is open Saturdays from 9 until 6. So come give us a try. I think you'll be glad you did.
Lifetime of love.
In such a time of personal loss, it's hard to remember the joy our loved one has brought us.
We thought back to our happiest memories of Mom.
Pretty soon there was laughter with the tears.
Let us help your family remember a lifetime of joy.
The lifetime of love.
Memories of a Lifetime of Love. Ronald V. Hall Funeral Home.
Every day, someone loses their flavor.
Hi, I'm Neil, and I collect paper clips.
That zest for life that would have prevented them from making a seriously boring decision.
Hi, I'm Teresa, and I'm sorry, did he say paper clips? That's amazing.
No, it's not. But what's truly amazing is the craveability that Zaxby's brings to every table, large or small.
That and paper clips.
Yeah.
No, just the flavor. Zaxby's. Friends, family, flavor. Indescribably good.
Did you know that you have an alternative to the emergency room when minor medical issues arise? The Acute Care Clinic in Vidalia offers primary and urgent care services with easy access to quality health care 365 days a year. The Acute Care Clinic accepts Medicare and most commercial insurance plans. They provide in-house x-rays, sonograms, and lab services. Our other services include DOT and sports physicals. Stop by or call 537-9488. The Acute Care Clinic, 1608 Meadows Lane in Vidalia. Your health, your time, our priority.
You probably don't want to hear the doctor suggest that you or a loved one should consider hospice. Just the mere idea of it can bring overwhelming emotions. But if you find yourself facing this situation, there really is no better option than Community Hospice of Vidalia. Community Hospice provides a unique medical, emotional, and spiritual support system for patients and families facing terminal or life-threatening illness. Let's face it, caring for someone at the end of life can be physically and emotionally exhausting for caregivers. Hospice helps lift that burden and helps maintain and often improve quality of life issues that may develop. Our multidisciplinary healthcare team works with the patient and family to provide any support needed, inpatient or at home, medical, social, emotional, and spiritual. Call 912-537-0063, Community Hospice of Vidalia. Reaching out to families since 1999.
Back to the show. Change for that.
Go back to prayer in schools, and this has been my stance. If the children want to pray, then the children need to. I mean, here's what I believe. When it comes to our public schools, we are sending ambassadors for Christ every day into our public schools. And the reason schools are like that is because parents are not raising children to be ambassadors for Christ. When you send an ambassador into a foreign land, they represent their president.
I just used this.
Where?
As an example in a conversation.
That we just had?
No.
Oh, somebody else had?
Somebody else. I talked about this.
So we're sending them into the school. So if you want to make a big difference, don't try to put it on your teachers who are legally bound by their jobs of the state to not do it. Put it on the students and let your students go in and change the culture.
Even better yet, it's on you as the parent.
Well, to teach the kids. Yeah. Change the culture from within inside the culture. The culture's not teachers, the culture's students. Now, if your teachers, because I'm going to tell you something. If my kids don't, but if my kids went to public school and the public school teacher was pushing anything on them except Christianity, I'd have a problem with it. And you can't tell the Muslim or the atheist or whatever that their right as a citizen of the country is any different when it comes to the public school system.
That's true.
You know, but see, that's not popular among Christians because Christians want to go, I believe in God, I believe in God, I believe, and they want to protest that
I believe
stuff.
in Allah. I believe in Allah.
Right, and while I believe Christ is the only way to heaven and it's the truth and there is no other way, this is about their civil rights. This is about their rights as an American, not their right as not the religion side of this. It's about their right as an American. And you're going to reach those people with love and grace and the story of
love
Jesus.
And kindness.
Yeah.
Love and kindness.
So that's why I think you go back to the vote. And what you do is you come up and you say, we would like, as city officials, we would like to put in God we trust. And you put it, you don't vote every year. You don't vote every time somebody complains. You vote one time. And you say, unless you lose, then you vote every year. And we say,
exactly.
And you say, we want to say in God we trust on the back of our cars. And we want to vote on it. You put it in there, you let them vote, and once it's voted, it stands. And boom, you stick it on the cars, and if somebody writes you a letter, you go, we let the citizens of this community decide, and they said yes. Because I'll tell you, Kurt, you've done this, I've done this, we've been asked, Cedric, I don't know if you've done this, but we've been asked to pray at the city council meetings. That could be argued, too. Why is that pastor praying to God?
You know what? I seen this on Facebook. You see everything on Facebook.
You do.
Where the city council allowed this satanic guy to come in because he...
Not our city council.
No. He imposed his right.
Yeah.
To be added to the list of religious entities to come in and pray. And he said a full satanic prayer. And they were angry. The citizens were angry,
right, that
he was allowed to come in and do this, but his constitutional right.
And see, I would be angry too, but that's why I would say if anybody that the city council did not want to allow in there, let's say the city council is all Christians, then let the city council pose a vote and let the community vote. And it says our city council will will pray at the beginning of every service a Christian prayer, Muslim prayer, a satanic prayer, atheist prayer, which is kind of an oxymoron. And then, because in Christian communities, Christianity is going to win. Now, you go to communities that aren't Christian, and that's going to get voted down. But you've got to ask yourself,
do I want to be there?
Do I want to be there? Has God called me to be an ambassador in this dark area that I'm in? Or has he called me to be an ambassador in a less dark area over here? See, in Christian areas we're in,
he's probably want you to be in a dark area.
Well, here's the thing.
So we could be the light.
And in this area, but here's the thing. In our community right now, I don't think we're as much attacking the battle against non-Christians as we are attacking the battle against legalism.
Yeah.
That's it.
But you go over to an area that may vote that down, and you're going to be attacking the battle against I shouldn't say attacking, but you're going to be fighting for the lost there much more than you're going to be fighting for the lost here. Here you're fighting for legalism, against legalism. You're fighting for diversity. You're fighting for people to be treated the right way. You're fighting for that in those other areas. Because here's the thing. You go to the liberal-minded, non-Christian communities in this country, they're a lot more welcoming, a lot more diverse, a lot more, you know what I mean?
That's sad.
Isn't it?
They are.
And that's because that's the difference between being legalistic in your religion and being, not having that to tie you down. Yeah, so you're really either in the dark world over here or you're in the dark world over there. The world's dark in either place. Your mission just may be different.
Yeah.
Well, Kurt has a curfew.
It hasn't been funny yet.
No.
That was my polite laugh. Well, hey, you got anything else you want to say? No? All right.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Change for That. We'll catch you next time.
This is Andre Christmas at the new Vidalia Ford, and we want your business. We offer no gimmicks or hard sales, just competitive prices on great Ford vehicles and top-notch service. We are proud to be a part of this great community, and no matter who you are, we'd be honored for you to come out and give us a try and meet our all-new management team. We have expanded our hours to help serve you better, including our service department, which is open Saturdays from 8 until 1, and our sales department is open Saturdays from 9 until 6. So come give us a try. I think you'll be glad you did.
Lifetime of love.
In such a time of personal loss, it's hard to remember the joy our loved one has brought us.
We thought back to our happiest memories of Mom.
Pretty soon there was laughter with the tears.
Let us help your family remember a lifetime of joy.
The lifetime of love.
Memories of a Lifetime of Love. Ronald V. Hall Funeral Home.
Every day, someone loses their flavor.
Hi, I'm Neil, and I collect paper clips.
That zest for life that would have prevented them from making a seriously boring decision.
Hi, I'm Teresa, and I'm sorry, did he say paper clips? That's amazing.
No, it's not. But what's truly amazing is the craveability that Zaxby's brings to every table, large or small.
That and paper clips.
Yeah.
No, just the flavor. Zaxby's. Friends, family, flavor. Indescribably good.
Did you know that you have an alternative to the emergency room when minor medical issues arise? The Acute Care Clinic in Vidalia offers primary and urgent care services with easy access to quality health care 365 days a year. The Acute Care Clinic accepts Medicare and most commercial insurance plans. They provide in-house x-rays, sonograms, and lab services. Our other services include DOT and sports physicals. Stop by or call 537-9488. The Acute Care Clinic, 1608 Meadows Lane in Vidalia. Your health, your time, our priority.
You probably don't want to hear the doctor suggest that you or a loved one should consider hospice. Just the mere idea of it can bring overwhelming emotions. But if you find yourself facing this situation, there really is no better option than Community Hospice of Vidalia. Community Hospice provides a unique medical, emotional, and spiritual support system for patients and families facing terminal or life-threatening illness. Let's face it, caring for someone at the end of life can be physically and emotionally exhausting for caregivers. Hospice helps lift that burden and helps maintain and often improve quality of life issues that may develop. Our multidisciplinary healthcare team works with the patient and family to provide any support needed, inpatient or at home, medical, social, emotional, and spiritual. Call 912-537-0063. Community Hospice of Vidalia. reaching out to families since 1999.
Hey everybody, Chester Proctor here from Change for That. And Cedric, Kurt, and I want to invite you to join us online, facebook.com. Search for the Change for That Insiders group. There you'll have a chance to win cool prizes, be a part of upcoming information before it hits the airwaves, follow us on the after show that we do exclusively for insiders, and talk and interact with us.